my friend Brittany, her mom was 15 when she had a baby, so her mom has been very nice and let Brittany like buy things off of Craigslist and Big Bag of Clothes, so those have been given to us, and there's just some more of her clothes, and I'm going to fold them, but I have nowhere to put them yet because she still has all of her winter clothes in here, so yeah, she goes through typically like 4 or 5 bibs a day because if she doesn't eat them, she is spitting up on them, or I will do as I did earlier and wipe whatever is on her face with them. Then you can't use it again because it'll get all over her. So. She is 6.5 months old, so she's difficult sometimes. Like, she has very bad anxiety whenever I leave. She has to be with either me or my mother at all times unless she's sleeping. So the first couple months are very difficult with that because I couldn't really leave her alone anywhere. Now that she's rolling around everywhere, even if I leave her in her bouncer seat, she can sit there and try to flip out of it, and I have to always make sure she's buckled. And there's been times where she's been in her swing and I didn't put the safety tray on, and she's leaned forward and unbuckled herself and she fell on her head. So
wow,
you have to be very careful of where you leave her, and I have to think a lot more about it now than I used to have to.
Right, these are all things you kind of have to learn firsthand from experience.
I was very scared that day.
What's that?
I said I was very scared that day when she fell on her head. I felt like the worst mom.
Oh. I know every mom goes through that.
That's what my mom was saying. She was like, she's going to fall on her head so many times. You're going to just sit there and shake your head at it. And I was like, them first times are always scary. She's choked on some things before, like those puffs I was giving her. They're for crawlers, and it doesn't really say if they should have teeth. It says if they can crawl, you should feed them to her, but she chews her food. So we gave her those, but the first time we gave her them, I was very scared because I didn't realize they melt in her mouth. So I accidentally gave her a whole one, and we were actually at the hospital for her doctor's appointment, and she started choking on it, and everybody looked at me, and I'm like, Haley, stop choking. Like, you can't do this. So it's very, like, nerve-wracking that everybody's staring at me like, oh, look, she's choking her own daughter.
Do you feel like you get a lot of looks just because you're a younger mother?
I do. I feel like I got a lot more looks when I was pregnant because I got pregnant at 15 and had Haley at 16, so I was very young, and half the time Justin, her father, lives across the city, so I would be by myself. So I used to judge people, and I know I would think like, oh, they probably weren't being safe, and that was just stupid on their part. So I know like a lot of people did look at me. But now that I have her, people look at me, but they also see the baby, and they're like, oh, look at the baby. So it's not as rude as it used to be, but I still feel like I do get judged. Like when I walk in a room, I get the different looks than a 30-year-old lady would get with her kids.
Right.